Charlie, motherfucker, and doing chin-ups, bollock naked.
We started doing prankies in the outsider, getting the zen state of mind, end up for noodles and John Lewis.
You know it's no bribery. Did I play pish on purpose?
Would Martinez be good for Celtic, you think? Aye, like the gift's a three-piece suite.
Celtic fans are all raging. We're going to the Gallagher, man, show the ball, show the fans what it's all about.
You've yet to leave the grass with the ball. Welcome back to my group Pitch to Par. We're here at Lenzie today. We've got one of Celtic's greatest ever wingers, just behind James Forrest, Aiden McGeady. Nah, listen.
Thanks for having me.
Great to have Aiden here. We're going to go affordable wealth leaderboard. We've got Joe Ledley, only one on it so far in season 2, +7, alternate shot. Me and Aiden are going to try and beat that, would you think?
I've not been playing much golf recently. Not went to golf for much, so. But when you said that, it's quite a high score, I think.
I can
it's
imagine
a bogey every hole, no?
I can imagine you trying like tricky shots every shot and all that.
What, step over?
Aye, step over the driver.
No, I'm alright, but...
A left-hander and all?
Aye, lefty, aye. Mickelson.
Phil Mickelson, nice, nice. So me and Aiden are going to try and get this leaderboard and smash it. So, do you want to go first or what do you want to do?
I'm easy, mate.
It's might be a good shout actually. We could maybe start doing that where we go to get the first shot of the way the two is hit and we'll go for there.
Aye, because how would you have decided who hit first with you and Joe Ledley?
We just picked, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go, both of us hit, whoever hits the best one, we're going to go for there. Let's go.
So even try to get clubs as well, mate. You go into a pro shop, mate, and there's like never any left-handed clubs either. It's a dying breed of lefty.
It's awkward to watch.
But even more awkward, mate, when you see my swing. And I'll tell you, if I hit the ball properly, I'll tell you my swing.
Come on, mate, let's do it. That's all right. We'll take that. That's fine up there.
It's very low, but
that'll get us up. This is quite a short par 4.
Gives me flashbacks, mate. To...
Were you nervous? How did you feel there?
No, I was fine.
Are you? I still get a wee bit nervous.
The most nervous I've been live. We did. Paul McShane's got a charity golf thing at Drew's. Ever played Drew's Glen in Dublin at Wicklow? Amazing course, mate. But like Sky Sports cameras were there, right? And we played that. We played one on the Friday night. And we got there, mate, Sky Sports and everywhere. Johnny Evans was there, mate, loads of people we'd invited. Got in the first tee. And like, it's actually impossible to do this. And I swung. And I like, obviously head away this way. And I missed the ball, but the ball went back with me through my legs, mate. But I'm like to Sky Sports and all that. Can't show that. See now, I wouldn't care, do you know what I mean?
Megged yourself. Nah. Fat.
See, do you know what, though? I think I've noticed in the other videos, you do take a massive divot, even with a driver and stuff.
No a driver. Well, if I know a driver...
That's a huge divot, even for a wood,
That's too big. Oh, there it's there. It's a disaster.
Oh, is it?
Is that Glen Eagles boy you're using?
Aye.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Look what he's left for me, first shot here, Dave.
Wait, actually, you got his first shot, though, didn't you? Why didn't I just fucking leave it?
This is unorthodox, isn't it?
Well, Charlie, that's not bad.
Tell you what.
It's not bad.
It's all right, isn't it?
Aye.
Still finding out about this format because we scramble, -3 was the winner, James MacArthur. But imagine we're getting 2 shots at every. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, that's true. Scramble's easier. So this is where it gets, where I'm massively lacking is my shot game. My problem, I don't know what club to use.
Right.
So see a flop there, I could hit an amazing flop one time at a 6 and see the rest of them, I could thin them.
Aye.
So I don't want to take the risk.
So what about just getting a wee
sand wedge?
Use it to get a sand?
Like a wee bump?
Aye. I think you could get it all the way up to here. Because it's soft.
I'm too scared though for a flop.
You called it. You called the thin.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Oh.
Called it.
How is that? Well, just...
We've had a stinker, mate. Told you to get your putter as well.
Fuck, I'll just use my putter now.
Ah, that's good. What a shot.
Give you a wee chance there. Let's get it in, mate.
What, get deep?
Outside left.
Get the viewers greeting here. Were you thinking outside left?
No, I was only kidding on. That's fairly straight.
You're in.
I'm left-handed, aren't I? But
Oh, are you?
that doesn't matter. I'll put it.
Well, he's putting right-handed to start with.
Mate, it's-
See Larson playing right-handed, putting left-handed. What's that, by the way? What did we get there? A 7?
I think that's a 7, aye. I think this new format though will take a lot of people by surprise. You're not allowed any bad shots, are you really?
Nah. Hey mate, I've got a question for you, right?
Yes.
When did you know you'd a chance of making it as a player? What age would you say? Or when did you know you were good at football?
I probably knew I was good at football when I was about 10. 9 or 10. So I don't know, I was saying this the other day, it's like when I first started playing football, I was just naturally good at beating players with the ball. It's like I had this argument with somebody. It was actually one of the boys at Sunderland, because he's of the mindset of hard work will get you. Hard work can make you as good as other players. And I'm like, yeah, but that's what you're telling me. If you work really, really hard, you can be as good as Messi. It's impossible. People are born with different things.
Yeah.
People are born with different talents.
Do you think you were born with your dribbling ability?
I was, because I remember I was born with it, right? But it's just like you take to something. So like the first time somebody does art, how come somebody's good at drawing? Somebody's got a talent for drawing when I've never done it before.
Yeah.
So, cause I remember like when I first started playing, I'd never played football till I was about 7 or 8. Wasn't interested in it at all. Was into all sorts of different stuff.
Well, you know?
No, I wasn't interested in it at all. Like wasn't interested in it whatsoever. Like my dad tried to get me involved in it, tried his best. Just that way, you can't force it on somebody. But my mate in my street started playing football, and then he was like, "I'm going to join this team. Do you want to come?" Mate, I had no football gear, nothing, just like shorts and a t-shirt. It was Busby, my first team. So I went up and like trained with him once, and then the guys were like, "Oh, do you want to be in the team?" And I was like, "Aye." So I told my dad. I think my dad was like, "Oh, that's great, aye." And I was like, "I've got a game this Saturday," and he said he came. He said he came and watched. Didn't know it was me. He was watching through the fence, and he just said he's seen this wee boy getting the ball and just going past players. And he was like, "Who's that?" And then he seen it was me. It's mad, innit?
That's mad.
He said he seen it was me.
So you're just naturally dribbling by players?
Just naturally, like, don't know, getting the ball and just, being able to take the ball away from players and stuff. So, but then, going back to what you said there, I don't think I was ever had in my head that I was going to make it. But I wanted to make it, do you know what I mean? I just had every desire to become a first team player. So, but I never once thought, because you know what it's like, mate, doubt creeps in, doesn't it, as well, because we get setbacks. And I had all this kind of external noise of people saying, "Oh, he's going to make it. He's going to be a first team player for Celtic." But no, I never ever thought.
Was your dad a dribbler? Was he? I know he was a player.
He was a winger as well. But
That's
I don't
mad.
think he was a dribbler. I think he was known for having like ridiculous pace. Speedy McGeady, mate, his nickname was Speedy.
Was he a dribbler?
I think he was a right winger. Retired before I was born, but I think he was like supposed to be rapid, but I think he was more of a touch it and go. So I don't
speedboat and a driver. Imagine you've called him that. To take that well.
He probably would. To be fair, he used to say it himself. He'd be like, "I had pace, but see when I came up against a fullback who was as quick as me, I was kind of nullified."
Right.
And I was getting it, go down the line with speed, but I couldn't cut in my left foot. So there was a lot of things my dad taught me that I think stood me in good stead for my career, like being able to use 2 feet. He was always big on me, like whenever I kicked the ball, but he was like, be able to play with your left. He said it was the biggest thing that hindered me in my career was I'd come inside and I couldn't cross my left, I couldn't shoot my left. So I was like, so these things I started doing from a young age, and I try and teach that to my kids as well. It's a good
Where is that, Dave?
It's away to the right.
How far right?
I would say in line with that flag.
In line with the flag? I remember going out in the street when I was a bit... We moved into a new house. Are we viewing the house or something? In like a place in Kirkintilloch called Waterside, right? And while we were at the house, I can't remember, either moving in or whatever, I was 4 or 5, and I just walked across the road and there was older boys playing. And I was really quiet, and I just stood and just stared at them. And then they says, do you want to join in? And I joined in, but I knew before I joined in that, I don't know how I knew this, right? It's my earliest memory. I knew that while I was watching, I was like, I want a shot here because I know that I can dribble past him or whatever. And I go on the pitch, I remember dribbling past him and doing well, and I remember them telling me, remember them going, oh, he's really good in that. And I remember taking confidence for that, and then at that point I thought, I'm quite good at this. I don't know where it came from, don't know what it was.
That's your earliest memory of like...
That's probably one of my earliest memories.
Had you played football before that? You played it?
No, I don't know.
You hadn't played it?
No, I hadn't played it. That I remember.
You just got the ball with those guys and you're just like that. Chop for early years.
I'd love to have seen the video. Imagine there's a chop in there.
Do you remember... I don't know if you remember this exact wee moment, but do you remember the Scotland Ireland game at Parkhead? And you played centre mid. Obviously, you remember that game.
That's right.
But do you remember you had the ball out wide and you took that big touch? Do you remember me saying it to you during the game?
No.
You took that big touch, and obviously most people would go for the chop. But I went like that, chop, and you've chopped it back to me. But you didn't give the ball away. But I've said it as you're doing it. Do you remember it?
I'm getting a bit of a flashback now.
You've taken the big touch out wide, and then you've done that, and I'm standing and I've went chop. Do you remember it? No.
No. Did you get it? Did I get it?
I didn't get the ball. You took a big touch inside, but I read the chop. But I said it to you at the time.
I can vaguely remember it. See the thing with the chop, I chopped the ball because of my lack of pace, and it's really all I had. So when I used to go chop, I'd chop it back, and sometimes I'd chop it again.
But it's such a good thing to have, though.
It is, and then but then I got that sort of good at it, if you want to call it, and perfected it. That I knew that if I chopped it and the person read it, I could still keep the ball.
That's what you done to me that night.
That's mad.
I've got a flashback. I've got a flashback of that game as well, because I told you this right after the game. Remember, obviously, you get man of the match, didn't you?
Aye.
And obviously, we had a poor game that night. We had a really poor game. And away dressing room at Celtic Park as well. And I remember it was like pure quiet, and Martin O'Neill like came in and spoke a bit. Roy Keane didn't say much. But I told you this, and Roy Keane's like that. Just pure silence. He's like, Charlie will fucking groove. Man of the match, boys. Charlie will fucking groove. Charlie will fucking groove. He kept saying it.
Fucking hell.
Like, Charlie will fucking groove it, man of the match.
I played out my skin that. I played out my skin that night.
You played really well that night. But obviously I was at fault for the goal as well, wasn't it? So that game, Celtic, Scotland, Ireland, all the stick I was getting, people like being at Celtic Park and the whole crowd booing you. And obviously I was standing on the post for the goal. And Sean's played that 1-2 with Bruni, and then he's bent it. But obviously I'm on the post. But we had a bit of an argument about it like after the game. My thoughts on it are, like, I'm on the post, right? And it's a short corner, and the rest of the defensive went out. And I'm like, so I was standing on the post, and I'm like, I'm playing everybody on side here in the second phase. This goes out here, the rest of the defence went out. So I was like, so I've walked out, and then Sean's just stuck it in the far post. But they were obviously giving me stick for it after, so like Stevie Walford was going, never ever come off the post until the ball's totally cleared. And I was like, that's fine, but I felt that you didn't say that to me.
Yeah.
I was kind of just going, I need to go out, I'm playing everybody on side here.
And you're no defensive instinct really, it's
No.
not your game. Yeah.
Just try not thin this one. Oh,
I don't mind
Charlie,
it. Come down, no, bounce.
Nah.
Pathed into the third, good connection, but
Wrong direction though. Think you'll hit me, Charlie?
huh?
Do you think you'll hit me?
No, she's up and down will be a miracle for you here.
You got a good flop in you?
Got a floppy. That branch has done me wonders.
Coming back, it'll come back.
Coming? Oh, it's moving back the way, lads.
Does your husband play?
Right, we'll get a putt at that. See, the more I'm playing this, the more I'm realising you've got to just take the shite with the good, and it's just about how you then respond to it all, you know what I mean?
Adversity.
Aye, it's
like
just...
Course.
Like, before I'd have a 6 in the first and I'd want to walk off, because I'm thinking, well, where's my score going or whatever, do you know what I mean? But it's...
I think we're,
On you go, mate.
I think we're...
That was for 4, 5, 6.
That's 2 7s to start with.
No, it's 6, isn't it? 6.
Oh, it's 6, is it? Fucking hell!
We'll get a shot at that, don't worry.
No, that's fucking shite.
It's alright. We're here, this is what we're here for. We're here to...
Like to show how shite you're at fucking golf.
It's alright.
Fuck's sake.
Don't unravel. That's yours. What are you taking that for? Do you mention your boys are playing? If you'd one bit of advice to give them, what would you give him if he wants to be a player?
I think it's easy saying it when you've made it as a footballer and you've had a career, but I'd probably just try and give them the same advice that I suppose I didn't have this advice, but this was my mindset.
What?
Just like if that's what you want to do in life, make sure nothing stands in your way of you trying to achieve it. So like distractions you had it yourself with Josh and stuff, like as you get older, 14, 15, 16, the pals start going out on a Friday night. I never done that.
Yeah.
So I was like, I've got a game on a Saturday or I've got a game on a Sunday. I don't want to be... I just felt I never wanted to have any excuse. You see, when I never made it,
Aye.
I couldn't then say, oh, but it was because of this, it was because of that. I wanted to give myself, put everything I had into it. I think there is a balance to it, but... and also I think you need to enjoy it as well. I think all you can do is, like, you listen to bits of advice that you get off coaches, you listen to bits of advice off different people, but you do what suits you as well. You do what suits you as well. Because I remember, like I said, I don't think I drank till I was 17 or 18. I think most people at that age would
I was
have...
the same.
So most people at that age would have tried it when they were younger and stuff like that, but I was like, no, I don't want to try it. But then, when I got in the first team, I probably my best season, winning player of the year and young player of the year, and I was going out every weekend.
Aye.
Going out every weekend and enjoying myself.
So then, how do you explain that when you're saying? Do you know what I mean? Do everything you can, because people would say not to do that. You know what I mean?
But I think at a young age though, there's far more development from the ages of 14 to 17 of things that you can't. Because you're looking for a chance to play in the first team, aren't you?
Wait till you're established, maybe.
But that's kind of that's kind of half what I'm saying.
You got a strike for there. So that's why I'm really interested, because you're saying there about do everything you get, which I know what you're saying, I agree with you.
But I'm saying that's the way I was, but that doesn't mean it's right either. Do you know what I mean? That doesn't mean it's right. So that was right for me.
Yeah.
But I'm finding like with my sons and stuff like that, like I'll be saying, when I was your age, I was out practicing all the time. And I'll go, but you can't force that on somebody. See if they want to do it, they want to do it. And everybody does things their own way. I think probably the most important thing is see up until your age of 14, 15, I think, see when it potentially could be a career for you.
Yeah.
I think you just need to enjoy it, don't you?
Aye. I think that's the whole thing. I think that's why it's different for each individual. Different. Like, I think a lot of young kids these days think they need to be like Ronaldo, and that's how to live your life. Whereas that was good for him and it was amazing for him, and I'm not taking it away from him, but you might be a different person. Like you're saying there, you enjoyed a wee night out, maybe 17, 18, and that was good for you. Now, who's to say that if you never had the nights out, you would have the same career, because you might not have been as happy?
Well, I think I spoke to you or somebody else about this before. It might have been when you were going through the whole vegan thing, right? You're trying to be vegan. And I think I was at Preston at the time, so you just signed for Blackburn, I was only at Preston. Mate, I had the best season of my career for probably the last 4 or 5 years, because I was at Everton and I wasn't playing and stuff. Mate, see that season? I ate what I wanted, I had nights out when I wanted.
Aye.
And I think part of that goes into just being free and thinking free and being... so then that transmits into your football.
Yeah.
Because I did it before, so I think I went back to Everton. So I came back after Euro 2016, so Ronald Koeman was the manager, right, just taking over. I knew I wasn't getting a sniff after this. he added me into a group chat with Seamus Coleman, James McCarthy, because we were at the Euros. So he wrote a big message on there about like when we were due back, and I've wrote back like, "Oh, cheers, gaffer," you know, try to suck up his arse, but try to go getting his good books to an extent, because I was like, I don't know if I'll play here. Then he texted me back, and then when I got in, mate, I had the whole Euros, whole summer. I was in the best shape I've ever been in. Best shape I've ever been in, mate. I was shredded, dieted the whole summer, protein shakes a lot, almond butter a lot.
Yeah.
3 days into pre-season, mate, he's like, "Oh, listen, you're not going to play here." So I was like, what was the point of all that then?
Aye.
And then I went to Preston on loan, mate, and I just was like, fuck this, I'll just do what I want.
Yeah.
Did what I want, mate, and I played really, really well.
Aye. So I would agree with you there, as long as whatever makes you happy within reason. So, night before a game, don't go out to 3, 4 in the morning and get steaming, but within reason, make sure you're being free and gets the best of yourself.
Aye. I agree with that as well. But if you're asking me what's my advice to younger players, I think it's, if you want to do it, dedicate everything you've got and every bit of ounce of your energy to trying to make it happen, and not go, "Oh, I want to be a footballer, but I'm going to practice 20 minutes a day, and then the next couple of days I'm going to play my Xbox."
Aye.
No, if you want to be a footballer, that isn't the way to be a footballer, is it? Unless you're blessed with like some natural talent that you can't like describe.
Because also the stuff the bit of discipline and the stuff you're sacrificing, it's still worth it, because
The rewards are
massive and it's still enjoyable.
The rewards are massive, mate. And let's be honest, see, being a footballer, it's a licence not to grow up.
Yeah.
It's a licence not to grow up. Where else, whatever workplace do you see it? Where
my beard started going grey the minute I retired. I promise you.
Well. See
I look back in pictures.
See these grey bits I've got
Aye.
as well, mate. I'm like starting to go far greyer.
A big kid in a changing room, isn't we? Just
You're a big kid, aye, but what other workplace, what other environment do you see somebody walking in somewhere and doing chin-ups, bollock naked?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
scanting the kit
Scanting
man
whatever,
and all that.
scanting the kit man when he's up getting his dinner and he can't get his shots back up, do you know what I mean? Just a licence not to grow up. Mate, I'm fucking having one.
You could not write how bad this golf's been so far.
No, you couldn't actually. Mate, I'm going to walk off, man. I've not hit a shot yet.
I'm under Mr Miyagi's Bondi tree.
Do you know it's a bonsai?
Is it bonsai?
Aye, Bondi's a beach, mate.
I'm moving.
Could you not take a full swing there, no?
Nah.
No, really?
See, you can go back in your career. Is there anything you would change? Like, is it like some people would say they wouldn't have left Celtic? Some people say they might have done. Is there anything different you'd have done?
Aye, look, but then I think that you look back in hindsight and you go. So I say this quite a lot. The probably one thing I would do is like see if I knew what Everton was going to be like, because my whole dream was like. So Celtic was my dream, right? I played for Celtic, but my dream also was then to play in the Premier League for a good club in the Premier League. And even when I was in Russia, I had the chance to like Spartak could have sold me. Spartak could have sold me for more than what they bought me for, at least 3 times. They could have sold me for more than what they bought me for, at least 3 times, maybe even 4 times. But they never wanted to sell me. But even after a year, I kind of thought I'll go to Russia and I'll do like 2 years, and then I'll get my move to England. And there was moves came up, but they were like, nah, we want more money, we want all this, and teams weren't going to pay it. But my dream was to like play for Celtic and play in the Premier League. So when I got the move to Everton, I was like, this is amazing. It's what I've wanted. Do well at Everton, and who knows where it is next. But see the way Everton unfolded, I was like, because Spartak offered me a new contract at the time. There was one thing I probably never done is like see every player that was over there. Every time like a Brazilian or something was potentially leaving, they just signed a new contract, went on to more money, but locked themselves to another 4-year contract. I never done that because I was like, if I sign a new contract here, I'm going to be here for 6 years. But in hindsight, I probably should have been like, give us a new contract then, because you're rebuffing all these bids for me. But I never done that. But then they offered me a new contract when I had like 6 months left of my deal, or a year left. Again, it was on more money and all that sort of stuff. But then I was like, Claire, my wife, was like, if you stay out here, it's absolutely fine, but I'm not staying here for another 3-4 years. She'd done nearly 4 years there. My wee girl was born there. in hindsight, that's the one I go, should I have stayed there? But then see if I'd have stayed there and no tried England, mate, I'd have always had that regret of no trying England. I'd have always had it. Like say Bruni, for example. I used to say to Bruni, do you know regret? No, like, not having tried the Premier League. And he's like, no, I was winning things like that. But I'm thinking deep down, there's got to be something in you that thinks, I wish I'd have tried it. I
always wanted to give down south a go after failing when I was young. I wanted to go, so I know that feeling.
You just know what it's like. It's another way it's a different way of playing, and who knows what can happen when you go down there. Like for example, when you went to Blackburn, if you didn't get relegated, but if you did really, really well, you just get promoted or you get another move. Because how many players do you see get in the Premier League who you think are they going to play in the Premier League, do really well, get a new contract, move?
Oh, it's delightful.
That's it. And it's no doing
It looked good, didn't it? Hey, come on.
It's not bad. It's a
Go
gimme.
on, mate, tap that in.
It's a gimme.
No gimmies. Well in. Nice.
Now you get a few birdies here. Actually, you need to just start connecting with the ball. I do it anyway.
Aye, same.
Good hit. Very good.
That's us.
That's us.
Let's go.
That's us. That's you. That's you.
Nah, that's us, mate. We're a team. We're a team. Take Larson out this, right?
Aye.
At Celtic, your best player you played with.
I think when you ask a winger or a striker that, it's going to be like their partner in it. It's going to be that connection.
Aye, that's the kind of route I want to go down with, rather than saying like Nakamura or whatever. You know what I mean? So who did you like?
I love playing with Niels.
Aye, yeah, I thought you would say that.
Aye.
What did you like about him?
So Niels would be like, listen, he'd be never ever on my case about anything. Like,
yeah.
Oh, you get fullbacks who like when you're in the corner 1v1 and they're like, lay it off to me, because you're dying to get an assist.
Yeah.
Lay it off to me when you set it back to him and they cross it. He would never be on my case for anything. Every time he got the ball, he's like, and this is what like the best fullbacks I've ever played with. They're more interested in, because I think a defender's job is to defend first, right?
Yeah.
And back up the attack. Niels's first thought, every time he got the ball, was like, how can I get the ball to you? Touch, where are you there?
Yeah.
And we had this connection as I kind of started playing with him more. He would almost know where I was going to be, so he'd be slightly inside, and I'd be on a slightly different angle from him. And I would always be like, it's one of two things. I would check to come off, get the ball to feet, and I would check there to go in behind. And more often than not, when I went in behind, he was able to play those passes as well. Because you've played the guys before where you make the run and their execution of the pass is terrible.
Yeah.
Like I've played the guys in the past where you make that run in behind and the ball then runs out of play. But Niels was really good at that. And he would always leave me. So Niels obviously knew my quality was 1v1. See if I was 1v1, he wouldn't be like backing up the player like that, yes, bringing another player back. He would leave me. He'd always say to me before a game as well, like, listen, I'll just leave you. You're 1v1, I'll just leave you. So I love
it's
playing
good
with
that,
Niels.
innit? Like players, it's underrated players that know what they're good at and know what the strengths of the team are.
Aye.
You know what I mean? It's quite underrated.
Like Niels was a good crosser of the ball. Because I think Niels' first season at Celtic, I think he was up for Player of the Year. Aye. He was one of the 4 nominees for Player of the Year. So he had a brilliant season. But aye, obviously the modern fullback now is like, how many assists can I get? How many pre-assists can I get? How many times can I get the ball in the final third?
What's your views on the modern game?
I don't know. I don't. You've been the same as me. You've seen both sides of it. You've been part of the old school mentality where shape and tactics was secondary to man management, the players. And then towards the end of my career, I don't know. You fall to love it a wee bit because you're seeing players not being told. So like when I watch like younger players now, wingers for example, I like watching wingers. Wingers don't. How often now do you see a winger get you off your seat and go and take somebody on and go and commit a fullback? More often than not, it's like, can I recycle possession? And it's listen, I don't think it's their fault because they're not being told that's wrong.
Yeah.
Whereas when we were growing up, so for example, Tommy, he'd be like, go and take the fullback on. So if I was to turn down an opportunity to take somebody on the final third, he would be like that to me, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Or what are you doing? That's your strength. Why are you turning that down? Whereas now, I think it's all about
possession based.
It's more possession.
Teams looking good rather than individual.
Aye.
That's where I think we could get a lot better at individual coaching. If we can teach individual players their role within the team. It's 112, by the way, to the pin.
The individual stuff.
Wind into your face, so you might want to.
Aye.
All the green at the back to play with.
The individual stuff for me is like, because I've seen it down in England so much. Like when I was down at Sunderland the other day, and I think Leroy Lita, I think he's like the individual striker coach. And like, why would you not have that nowadays? Because we were speaking about the other day, reserve team managers, B team managers and coaches, they're managing the team. They've not got time for every single individual to work on things. I want to do some crossing. I won't do 15 minutes of crossing. You can have dedicated coaches to that, and I think that's something I'm really passionate about. And I think that clubs up here need it.
100% they need it, because I was a coach at 18s level and I was guilty of trying to make my team look good, but teams don't make it through to first teams. It's individuals. Individuals need that time, and units need that time.
That's the biggest thing for me. It's you're not trying to produce teams.
Aye.
You're trying to produce players.
And the problem you've got is coaches like myself, because I've done it, I'm not having a go at the coaches, they're trying to further their career and make their team look good, which I've done.
Aye.
Whereas actually you're better with individual and unit coaches, because you're going to get 2 or 3 that maybe make it through at best. If that,
but you still want to give everybody the platform to have a career in football.
Yep.
But I think it's massive, and I just think, listen, the resources aren't massive up here for that. Whereas down in England, at the Premier League level, you can have 4, 5, 6 coaches. You can have B team coaches who've got individual development plan coaches. But I think, why would you not give every player as much time as possible to try and make a career at football, to try and make them a first team player? Because like I said, I think too many coaches now are focused on, I want my B team or my 23s team to be really like a good attacking, attractive style of football, but to follow their career.
Yeah,
but
that's it.
Are coaches not judged on how many players they bring through?
That's what it should be.
As opposed to, they won the Youth Cup.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter because 10 of those lads might not make it.
Yeah.
So, that's my thoughts on it, but listen, we can delve deeper. But I've not hit a ball. Not hit a ball yet. Not hit a ball.
But I think you need to get in the zen state of mind. It's golf, mate.
It's probably
one swing at a time.
It's probably
Paul Laurie's bit of advice was unhook your glove. And they talk about golf now. That's it. No, that's it. Like, for example, just to make it clear for the people that don't know, like, ins and outs of it. So you could have a team that are really possession-based, but the bottom line is, in football, it's the most important thing is both boxes. So I see a lot of youth teams and reserve teams now, and they're brilliant at keeping possession. They can't defend their box properly, and they can't then finish attacks or wingers beating players and be creative in the final third as often as they should be, and that's the most important thing. So your argument is winger training to teach them how to take people on and teach them how to...
Well, like what you're saying there, an attacking coach, a midfield unit coach, a defensive coach, and then have the manager who manages the team, picks the formation, picks the team. But in that, you've got the defence knowing exactly what they should do, because a manager, I think, doesn't have time to go through. You've done it yourself, haven't you, where you spend an hour doing set pieces on a Friday and people are like disengaged. But you could have a unit working on that. Well, it's just a defensive coach working on set pieces or working on patterns of play against, and you can have a midfield coach who's working on certain things he wants midfielders to do, and striking coaches.
And some of the basic stuff, if your midfielder covers that area, can you then cover in the centre of the pitch and stop the counter-attack or whatever?
Get up.
If I not hit that, man. Oh, I like it.
Not bad.
Oh!
Not bad. Funny little golf shout, sir. How many times have you played golf? All the old golf sayings, I'll bring you back tomorrow. You've been guilty of well out as well, haven't you? Playing a medal, old guys at the bunker, and you're like, well out.
100%.
Guilty of well out.
You catch yourself doing it as well, didn't you?
Sit. Especially when it's somebody else's shot.
Sit. You're playing against them, you don't want it to sit, you want it right through the back. Sit! Sit.
Fight.
Unlucky.
Good hit though. Good hit though.
Best hole so far, come on, positivity.
Aye. Mate.
But that's exactly where you want to be. That's why I was saying the driver. I know it doesn't make you feel any better about your strike, but
no, still connected with the ball though, so I'm slightly happier with that. But
so is that a route you would like to go down? As individual coach? Because I know you've done your sporting director course.
I think like, people always ask me like, what do you see yourself doing? And I'm like, I see myself probably as a bit of a hybrid of both, because like I don't think I'm daft. And like I said, I've done some things off the pitch. So I've done the sporting directorship one, and then done my talent ID level 4, which is like, that's recruitment based. So it's like all heads of recruitment, heads of academy, and it's kind of almost teaching you. It's actually the one with English FA was really good. It's not saying that it puts you. You could tomorrow I could go in and be a head of recruitment somewhere. I could, right? But to know what I was doing would be a bit more difficult. But that kind of almost prepares you for it. But I think I've got that side to offer. But then the individual stuff and like the coaching stuff, like for example, when you went into Celtic Hearts, I think you mentioned to us, you were would I come in with me and stuff like that, and obviously you didn't have the budget and that. I'd have done that if one of my mates was a manager. Yeah. I'd like to do that, but do I want to be a manager myself? No, I find it's, when I see other managers, I'm like, how do you get away from it? How do you get away from that 24 hours a day, constantly on your phone, dealing with the owner, dealing with players, thinking about training, thinking about the team? It just must be. I know some people live for that, and some people like the buzz of that. For me, it's not. So, but the coaching stuff, like I've done quite a lot of it here, and I found it really rewarding. Like, especially when players that you're seeing younger players. So it was mostly like fringe first team players, some first team players, but all quite young guys, and you're seeing the difference you can make to their game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think there's a hybrid of that. Like, for example, like a loans manager who can help with recruitment, who can help with loan players. I think the biggest thing is like loan players, for example, at Celtic, would probably get put out on loan, and then obviously it'll be slightly different now. They've got Darren was in there and they'd Sean, but I think players get put out on loan and it's like, on you go.
Aye.
Instead of actually being like managed and having a relationship with them and making sure they're okay, looking at their clips, looking at their games. Actually, like, you could go to the teams as well, and you could actually take them after their training with their loan teams to work on individual stuff. So I don't know, it's like,
I think the game's got to get to that sort of.
I think, look, that I compare everything to England, where I think England has all this already.
Yeah.
So like Newcastle, for example, Newcastle will have, they've got a full loans department. Because by the way, you need to send players on loan. There's very, very few players that will come through and go straight in the first team and stay in the first team. Very, very few. Players need to go on loan to experience first team football.
Yeah, to be ready.
To be ready. Because I probably always revert back to Celtic, but how is playing in the loan league preparing a player to play in front of 60,000?
Yeah.
And by the way, you're playing in front of one man, his dog at Airdrie, or by your starting Saturday against Rangers.
Yeah.
How does that prepare you?
Yeah. I think that's on.
But how good was it when you think back though to the youth team? Like, best time of your life, even though there was that pressure of everybody trying to make it, but how good was that?
We must have been one of the last generations though of kind of no really mobile phones as such. Like, iPhones had just sort of come out when we were maybe in the reserves, maybe late
remember the first camera phone, and it was that Vodafone one.
Aye.
And like a few of the boys had it, but it was like taking a picture, but the picture would take ages to load on it. There wasn't. I said that as well when I was like, you know, you come into your career, mate, and everybody comes in the dressing room, and all the boys are sitting on their phones, and I'm going, how old do I feel here? Well, I keep saying, fucking hell, man, lads don't even talk to each other anymore.
We used to get some laughs. I remember the time on the way back for a game we stopped and bought. We're showing our age here. The Auto Trader. We started doing prankies in the Auto Trader. Oh, mate. Then Craig Beattie came down. We were having a good laugh. And then Beattie's like, no, let me do one. Let me do one. I've got a belter. On you go. And he started going like that. Did your Subaru take nitrous oxide? And we were all like that. It's pure tumbleweed, man.
Oh, that's right, actually. I think I remember that I was really bad with, you know, you first get money.
Yeah.
What was on fucking £300 a week. But when I first started getting it, I was into town every day. Fucking buying jeans, buying sunglasses and that. My dad's like, you're not on 10 grand a week here, £300 a week.
You used to be bad for getting me in because I was tight.
You were the worst, mate.
Aye.
You were the worst, right, for using me to get you into town, right? Because you had to go into town to get a bus home, didn't you? And I had to get a train. But you know, I used to always want to get something to eat, like a Costa or something.
Subway was just
Subway was big. And you would always use me. Like, man, there's a Subway up the Cannon Galleries.
To get up there.
And I'd walk you up, and you'd be like, I'd walk you up to the Cannon Galleries. And I'm like, mate, there's a Subway. Like, I think it's round there.
End up for noodles in John Lewis. A noodle stir fry.
Never forget that, mate. Walked you the whole way up there. I think there's a Subway up there. Cued me with the notion there's a Subway.
A steak cheese.
Steak and cheese, mate.
I can remember your DiMaggio's order.
See if you get it right.
5 cheese rigatoni.
Oh, aye.
It's some knowledge.
Chicken double. See. I can't be over there more.
It's not bad for there. First chance of a par of the day, mate.
Is it? Oh. Oh, it's a great putt. It's a great putt.
Get in.
Love that.
Steadied the ship. Let's go.
Carrying us here. Get on. Get on now. That's alright.
You're not in the bunker.
That's alright.
I like that. I like the feeling of that. So, how was staying in Russia? Talk us through that. That for a boy that's obviously grew up in Glasgow, and I would have said you were quite a home person. I would have said that before you went. Somebody that is comfortable being in Glasgow and living there and being near their family. Would that be fair, no?
I would say, I think most people are like that, though, aren't they? Like, nobody. I don't think there's many people that want to go, I want to leave home. To be fair, I did. Like, I loved living in Glasgow, but then I think the factors for me, like moving to Russia, listen, that's a separate story, but me moving away was like, I felt as if I probably wasn't progressing. I probably wasn't developing as the way that I'd hoped.
Aye.
I was probably becoming a wee bit stagnant as well, plateauing a wee bit in terms of my playing.
And what was the last season at Celtic? Was that under Tony Mowbray?
Last season was under Tony Mowbray, so we went 2 seasons without winning the league. I looked at the squad as well, and I was like, I don't know how much better it's going to get. Rangers were strong at the time, and look, I think
you saw players like me coming in the door and you thought
exactly. Mate, I seen you coming in. I was sharing a room with you in Braga, wasn't I? That was literally by the way I didn't play against Braga that game, because Spartak said if I play in that game I'd be cup tied. I couldn't play in the Champions League for them. So obviously I kept saying to Celtic, like, this is good negotiation tactics in it for me, but I just kept saying, no, I'm not going. But obviously I held all the cards, because Celtic were like, we're going to get 10 million. We're getting 10 million for him. So they were like, oh, don't play him in case he goes. Because obviously if I'd have played in that game, I wouldn't have went to Russia. They'd have pulled out, so Celtic were like, just don't let him play. So Celtic valued me more at not playing and getting 10 million for me than potentially playing and qualifying in the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? So, no, I think it was just right for everybody. Celtic were getting good money for me, able to reinvest it back in the squad. You came in, Joe Ledley came in, loads of players came in, and I think it suited everybody. Like I just felt I'd won things at Celtic, grew up a Celtic fan, loved playing there, but I felt, what more can you really do apart from go and win more leagues and more leagues? And there's an argument I could say that if I'd have stayed at Celtic, you win 15 league titles, and that's amazing. I'd have loved to have done that as well, but I still always had this ambition to try and test myself elsewhere. You know what I mean? So, not that I've really answered your question there on Russia to an extent, but
we'll get to it.
I've hit it the wrong way.
Alright.
Should have had it over there.
Just left me a downhill right to left. 100 mile an hour.
Charlie, it's unlucky. It's unlucky.
Thought it was in.
We needed that as well.
Go on, tap that in for a 4.
I'm talking about just, I feel you struggle to get in a rhythm with alternate shot.
That worked.
It's very
you
low.
skid off a puddle as well.
It's very
You've
low.
no one shot tracer on your driver.
No.
For a week.
You can get that in, no one shot tracer all round.
So life in Russia, actually living in that culture, what is it like?
But it's difficult, like, see when I first went over, because obviously I didn't speak Russian when I went over, and it's not westernised. Listen, it will be more now because of the World Cup, but it's not westernised at all. So I was going to a dressing room and might have been one Russian guy that spoke English, like broken English. The rest of them just all speaking Russian. The manager didn't speak English. So I had to learn Russian. And
Was that hard to?
No, you actually pick it up as you pick it up like far more easily. But when you're in it and you're hearing it every day.
Yep.
But living there, see, to be honest, it was a brilliant place to live. Like amazing city, amazing like restaurants, shopping, nightlife. Just like the people are quite difficult to get to know. They're quite cold, but when you get to know them, they're all good people.
Right.
But I just had some mad. I know it's. I'm not going to say. It was like. How did I say it? Corrupt. Is that the word? But.
Right. Dodgy.
Aye, there was the odd wee thing that happened where. So we signed a boy from Rubin Kazan. Italian boy, actually, I got on really well with him, and we were going for 3rd place in the league. We were going for 2nd to qualify for the Champions League.
Right.
We couldn't catch Zenit, who I think were top, but it was us and CSK going for 2nd. So last game of the season, CSK had to lose to Rubin Kazan, and we had to beat Lokomotiv to finish 2nd. Rubin Kazan beat CSK 3-1, we won 3-1. Obviously, you just think, the games have unfolded that way. He then signed for us, and he was like, "Oh, you know that we were on like $15,000 a man to beat CSK. No, that it's no bribery.
Yeah,
but you're
more of an incentive.
It's an incentive, but that was offered by Spartak to Rubin Kazan.
God,
like $15,000 a man for you to win, so that we can finish 2nd. So it's no. And then
you hear the stories like that, but you wonder if they're actually true. That's mad.
Oh no, mate, they're true.
Them do ever appear with an envelope in your changing room before the games?
No, before games. So the owner would come in sometimes and he'd be like, the saying is in Russia, it's like, if you come in somewhere and you're surrounded by bodyguards, I've never seen anything like it. You go into a restaurant and some guy would walk in on his own, surrounded by 7 bodyguards, and his bodyguards would be sitting at another table.
Aye.
And I'd go, I wonder what this guy does, and people say, see if you get bodyguards in Russia, you've done a few nasty things, or you've done a few naughty things to a few different people. But
how long did it take you long to settle on it? Obviously, the money helps, right? So it's not as if you've been moving abroad and have to find a job. You obviously that helps, but you still need to settle. You're still a human being, you know what I mean? How did that go?
No, I settled quite quickly because I remember me and Claire were going across there, and I took across it was like leaving Celtic, and it's like, right, I'm going to move to Russia. Maybe we took across like 8 suitcases with us. You think to yourself now, you would never do that, would you?
Aye.
8 suitcases. Within a week, I was back home because I got a few days off. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
So I'd like... No, it didn't take me long to settle because I've always found that, see, the best way of settling for me is always get a house or a flat, like get your own place as quickly as possible. Aye. I've always found that. So we got a house very quickly, but then it's over there, it's trying to get a Sky. Mate, I had a satellite dish, mate. That satellite dish in my garden that I got. I'm not kidding on, mate. This thing was about 4 metres in diameter. It was in my garden, mate. It was like a satellite dish, mate. You'd see like for NASA or something like that. I had this in my garden just to get Sky.
Why?
Because I wanted Sky.
Obviously. Why did you need that? Why did you need that thing?
Because you needed that to get a signal.
Ah, right.
So obviously when I went there, the guy's like, "Oh, it's dead easy, man. You can get British TV and all that. So easy to do." Then I was like, "Can I get British TV sorted?" He's like, "Oh, you need a big dish." I'm like, "We didn't say that." He even said it in the training ground as well.
Big trampoline in your back garden, Sky dish.
Listen, mate, it's huge.
Go! That's alright.
That's all right.
Lengthwise. It's a bit after the direction.
The better teams in Russia, Zenit and CSK, had the better Russian players because you used to have to play six Russian players, six Russian passports in your starting lineup.
Right.
So the majority of your team are Russian players and have to be. But I always felt Zenit would go and pay, like, you'd never hear this across here. Zenit, CSK and stuff, they would go and pay 20-30 million back then for a Russian guy, but you'd never heard of. But it's because Russian players were an absolute premium.
Ah, right, okay.
So there was an absolute premium on Russian players, and the Russian players we had were younger boys, so we had a lot of young lads in the team, but then the Brazilians and foreigners we had, with some really good players. We signed Kim Kallstrom, after Leon. He was really good.
Remember we played against you? Champions League.
Oh, I remember.
What do you remember about them?
I remember that.
First of all, when you heard the draw, were you buzzing?
No.
Oh, were you not?
No.
Oh, right.
I wasn't buzzing.
Okay.
Because I just knew that there was going to be so much pressure on that game, or on those two games, and it would have been a pure circus. I just knew it was going to be media, circus going back to Celtic Park. Listen, it was good going back to Celtic Park. First time I'd been back since I left, but I just knew that as well. We were kind of going at one point for like second in the group, weren't we, between us? It was never really going to end well for me, I don't think. Do you know what I mean? Never going to end well for me, because see if we ended up beating yous.
Aye.
Celtic fans are all raging, and then see if yous ended up beating us, which yous did.
Aye.
I'm getting stick, or it's...
Yeah.
I don't know, I wasn't buzzing. But see when it came out, I remember watching the draw and I was like, we're going to get Celtic here. Because it was like the fourth or fifth group. And it was like, there was only so many teams left. And I was like, it's going to be Celtic. It was. Straight away, phones going mental.
Do you know, a first away win in
it
years
was,
in the Champions League, and that was against you.
First ever away win in the Champions League. Not the European Cup, Champions League format for Celtic. And I'm playing for the other team.
I remember
there you go.
I had a stinker that night, but I remember when we won, we were on $3,500 a point.
Aye.
And the third goal went in, and I was sitting on the bench, and I'm jumping about with Tony Watt, like gone mental, going like, 10 grand, yeah, it's 10 grand, nearly 10 grand, because we won the $3,500 a point. But I remember talking to you after the game, and you going, Celtic never won away in a Champions League, and they win it when you were playing. Sod's
law in it, I suppose. But, and some would say, did I play pish on purpose to help my former club? Some would say that. Get up a wee bit.
It's a no bad wee shot, that. I like that.
See that? I'm better with this than...
Would you use that there?
It's like a 7.
Your boy's got a magnet to the deck, you in it? I've not seen any of the shots come off
Never
there.
been heard of. There's a guy that's played a full round of golf that's not got the ball off the deck once. Charlie, it's a great putt. It's a great putt. It's a great putt.
2 pars in a row, mate. Alternate shot,
they've
that's
came
not
for
bad.
you. Martinez was good as well, like his coaching style. But as a manager, I didn't think he was a great manager in terms of personalities and stuff.
Would Martinez be good for Celtic, you think?
I don't know. Listen, he's got a lot of qualities. He's managed at the highest level. What's he won? He won the FA Cup with Wigan, but that's a team, that's a squad of less personalities and less top players. And I know he's had Belgium, he's had Portugal. Listen, he could end up winning the World Cup. You never know. But I just always feel there's that wee bit missing. And not having a go at him at all, because I do think he's a top manager, he's a top coach anyway. But just that there's a difference, isn't there, between winning things.
Aye.
And he's no won anything yet, has he really? The FA Cup was an overachievement.
What would he bring to Celtic if he came? What would you say his main thing? I remember you saying to me, his front three, he was like just the thing you liked about him was he always let them just sort of they didn't have to defend as much.
No, he actually didn't have to defend much at all. He would be focused on probably slightly like Postecoglou in a way, I think. Well, your front three, the two wingers were high and wide at all times, and their whole game was about getting at fullbacks. He loved individual players, to be fair. He loved, that was the reason he signed me, and that was what he told me. And evidently he thought we had other players at the time who he rated more than me at that time, but that was the reason he signed me. He loved individual players, he loved skill, he loved freedom, expression. And he is a good coach. Like the first coach I've had that in training was always based around who you were playing at the weekend. And I know a lot of people do that now, but is it really based around, we're going to do patterns of play? Aye, but does that happen on Saturday? We would actually work on training, like play Swansea, and they'd be like, Swansea, like if you can, I've noticed the way they play, if you can get 3-4 passes here in this situation out wide and quickly play one pass out to the other side, they're isolated. So like in training was like based on how we play little games and little possessions that were like, they had those components in them. And then on a Saturday, do you know what I mean? They were the things that you'd go, I actually remember doing that. So we've got this in not, because I think patterns of playing stuff is too general, isn't it? I think it is. Listen, you've probably done it yourself. We're going to do patterns of play. How often do the patterns of play come out at a weekend? Because see, you can work in a pattern of play with the fullback. Ball goes to the fullback, it goes to the centre half. You go, right, midfielder run over there, and I want the winger to stay high. I'm going to hit a diag, right, to this left winger. That's a pattern, right? See if that centre half kicks the ball out of play twice, he's not doing it again.
Nah.
He's not doing it again.
Nah.
So.
Nah, you're right.
Oh, it's a great hit. Stay there.
No, it's two there.
Short?
Bit short, probably a 6 iron that. I've bought a 6 up there as well.
Saying that, it's 180.
It's alright, we'll see your chipping game here.
Flop shot.
Get a snooker cue out again. That's that story you told on open goal about Unai Emery was unbelievable, the way he just texts you. What did they say?
Bizarre, mate.
Just a random text when you
Random,
left?
so
When he left?
No, so he'd already been away, so I think he was back at Sevilla at the time.
Right.
We were in a training camp in Spain, and just out the blue he's texted me, fuck you. Like,
just fuck you?
Fuck you, just bizarre.
And then I told you, John McGinn then messaged me saying Unai Emery come up the bus. Were they playing somebody in Scotland or something? Why did your name get brought up?
I don't...
Oh no, because John McGinn is Scottish.
Because he's Scottish, and
I said, do you know...
You've talked about the Sunderland documentary.
That's right.
Is that you see?
Oh no, he was watching it.
He was watching it.
He was watching it. So John McGinn was watching it, I think, and Unai Emery came up and says, McGeady, I know him. And then McGeady told the story that you'd told about. McGinn told the story about you'd told on open goal about.
Him messaging.
Him messaging saying fuck you, and he says, I was disappointed or something.
I don't know, but this is about. I'm going to say this is 6 months later, maybe even longer. So he's sitting in his room going like, I remember that time McGeady pissed me off. But the weird thing was as well, see when I was at Everton and I was going on loan, so I knew I was going to go on loan because I wasn't playing. Right before I was going on loan, Sevilla came in and he was a manager at the time, but I never spoke to him. But it was like the sporting director I think at the time it was at Monchi.
Right.
So I think it was at Villa and he's left. He was like he's one of the sporting directors that people look at and they go, he was the best. He was the best sporting director. He spoke to my agent and he was like, is there a chance we could get him on loan? And I was like, aye, like love that.
Aye.
But it never ended up happening. I don't know if they
I would
listened.
love to have played in Spain,
Oh,
mate.
mate, I'd actually, I'm not saying I had the
Or
chance.
even Italy or something.
Aye, I'd see when I look at like Real Madrid and Barcelona, mate, and they're training and it's in the sun, the shorts and t-shirt on every day. You're like, that looks amazing.
Aye.
There was a few rumours. There was a wee bit of contact when I was at Spartak. You know, you just get like your agent will say to you, oh, thingy, I've been in touch, you know, but you might be 5th on a list or something like that. But there was a wee bit with Valencia. The time I thought that'd be a good one.
Aye.
Right, chipping game here. I don't even know if I want to try and flop this. I need to, don't I?
You've mentioned the word flop a few times today,
Floppy.
and you've yet to leave the grass with the ball.
No, probably more with you where I'm saying maybe a flop. I don't have a flop in my locker. Unless it's with a female. This never happens to me, honestly.
Oh, there's the flop there. Oh,
But see that's no, but that's right. That's not bad, right? But the problem is when I do that, I still can't judge the distance properly. I don't think I've ever hit a flop over 50 yards.
I don't want to hear any negativity about that. That was a nice shot.
Would you say I'm a negative guy? Because I've heard that off a lot of people.
Aye, because you're automatically jumping. I think we're all got a bit of that in us. Especially on the golf course, we talk about the shite. That's a good shot, and we're taking it, and we're going to put this in for another par.
I'm not just talking about golf though.
In life?
In life. Because I hear this off. People say...
Do you get it a lot?
You're probably quite negative, and I've heard it in football as well. And I go, yeah, I probably am, but I go, I'm probably a bit of a realist as well. But I think that's probably something, I'm not a massively positive person.
There's a line, isn't there?
I think
There's a line. You can be positive, but a bullshitter.
Aye.
Or you can be a realist and a bit negative. There's a line, isn't there? It's about seeing the positive. It's how you see things, isn't it, really? Like that shot there was good, but you wanted to pick faults in it.
Just happy to go off the deck. Got that one. Oh, you hit it well.
I really enjoyed the strike.
Enjoyed it.
What?
4.
Yes!
See, that's why I want to play more holes, because it's going to come eventually, isn't it?
That's a
You
great
can't play
shot.
the way that I've played
No.
for 18 holes.
It can.
Fired that right at a cannon. See, coming through at Celtic, obviously with Tommy Burns, you get any memories of Tommy Burns are coming through in that?
Of course.
Tommy,
of
he's a
course,
couple of
man.
Tommy stories. Or things you remember about him. You don't realise at the time, I don't think, about the effect he has on you, and it's like, we talk about coaching and that earlier. Tommy was just pure managing the person, wasn't he?
I was saying that the other day, like, obviously like, an amazing person, amazing human being, but I felt he knew how to manage the individual as well.
Aye.
I felt, and unless it's not as if, I don't think, see, back then, Tommy was like looking at your game and saying, you need to do this, you need to do that. It was more about standards, I think, of what it took to play for Celtic, basics,
Yeah.
and doing everything properly. But I tell this one to my kids all the time. It's probably I shouldn't be telling them it actually, but do you remember? I'm not sure you can have this in camera either, but the day where Paul Caddis is getting.
Oh, brilliant.
Caddy's getting shown around Barrowfield. Caddy's getting shown around Barrowfield. I can just. Obviously, this is a bit of a second-hand story, but I love it because the way I can just picture Tommy being so passionate and so enthusiastic about Celtic. Caddy and his mum went it, getting shown around Barrowfield, even though there's not much to see, is there?
Aye.
2 dressing rooms, man.
Couple of porter cabins.
2 dressing
But basically, Rangers had Murrayfield at the time and they wanted Caddy, didn't they?
Murray Park, aye.
They had Murray Park they had.
I just picture Tommy going like that. Listen, this is Celtic Football Club. Professional, standards every day, driving to make yourself better. Here's Barrowfield, this is where we work every day. And you can just picture him open up that dressing room and imagine Gary Fraser naked like that on the treatment table.
2 boys for Dundee, just naked, one had one leg bent over like that, just doing that, and you know Tommy was coming round with Caddis, opened the door up.
They knew he was coming round, but I can just picture Tommy just going like that. Right. But we're professional here, so football club. Just
Tiles hanging off the wall and all that. 2 fucking youth team.
No, I used to love Tommy and see just like, you know, it's like see just being in his company and that. And like hearing his wee one-liners all the time. Or, I remember he used to say to me, right, he used to always like say to me about my Barnet, right, because I think he was paranoid about his himself. They're like, oof, your Barnet's going. And I'll go like, Tommy man, look yours. Like, and he'd be like, it's funny you say that man, he says, the worst thing that's ever happened to me, he says, my pal My pal's got the skybox at Celtic Park. Worst thing that's happened to me. He says he's looking straight down my baldy spot every single game. He's like, bin lid, Tommy Burns, bin lid. I'm like, bastard, man, he's got a skybox, man. I can see my baldy every game.
He was brilliant. I remember he said to me, go to the first team pre-season, and he's like, Charlie, just played in Keane's testimonial, just played in Shearer's testimonial, got a watch, got a telly. And away that summer, first team, he's like, Charlie, turned round in front of the full first team. He says, you fancy the dance test? Did you get your watch and your telly and that? I says, aye. He says, he fancies the dance testimonial next week? And I was like, aye. He's like, the gift's a 3-piece suite.
Oh, how good is he, man?
That guy. Right, here we go. Should I hit it, shouldn't I? Slapped it with an 9-iron.
And then you go back to like, everybody loved. I think that's probably something that's, I'm not saying it's missing from football these days, but think how invested Tommy was in that academy and how invested in making players better and younger players better.
I think that's why some of your group came through, because
100%,
that was his whole
100%.
thing. He'd tried his coaching journey and he was settled at Celtic trying to bring young boys through.
And he was the best guy you could have had in that role.
Yeah.
Picture, he was head of the academy, right? So he was, how often did you see it? Well, Tommy would just appear from nowhere at like 10:30, wouldn't he? So Willie McStay's taking the youth team and Jim McInally's taking the 16s, and Tommy would just be like stand at the side and just bowl right into the middle, wouldn't he? And just start taking something.
Yeah.
And then, you know for a fact as well, afternoon sessions we had, Tommy was there.
Yeah.
And then you know for a fact he was down at Barrafield with the 13s, 14s, 15s later on, 8 o'clock at night.
We used to get floodlights on to dribble through cones, remember?
That's
At times
right,
he would be with he's like, do you mind staying later? And you couldn't say no, you'd be like, of course.
4-4's foot. Mind that second season in the youth team where we had like, I remember because it was one of the worst things. I was probably the fittest I'd ever been, but it was one of the worst things I felt, that you'd be getting home Tuesday and Thursday at 5 o'clock. I'd be like sleeping in the train the way home with my boots in my hand. We did like we did triple sessions, think about it. Train in the morning, straight to the gym for squats and that, mine like 3 rep max squats. Yeah. Lunch, then straight out.
4 3-minute games and 4 4s in between.
4 4s, mate. 4 4s, a Tuesday and a Thursday, by the way. Mate, we played on a Friday.
That's right. And by the way, a lot's made of laptops and computers and all that these days, right? Like obviously they're needed. There's a place for them.
Aye.
But you can also over analyse everything. Somebody says to Tommy one day,
Oh, had it. No, had it.
it's an RP roller you've produced.
That is, aye. Plenty of them of it.
Somebody says to Tommy one day, Tommy, in the office you've got 200 unread emails here. And he went, if it's that important, they'll phone me.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
It's
like
true.
he valued the, I don't know if it was conscious, but he valued the human rather than.
I remember, you wouldn't have been at Celtic at the time, you'd have been away, but see the season we won the League Cup.
Aye.
And me and Darren scored in the final. So remember, like, obviously Tommy was a Celtic fan, went out at heart, and never ever forgot it. But you think about this now, right? We were on the bus coming from Hampden, going back to Parkhead, obviously with the cup.
Yep.
And Tommy was trying to get the bus like diverted to the bars, like Baird's Bar and all that.
Was he?
Aye, but it's like, we're going to the Gallagate. We're going to the Gallagate, man. Get this. Show the boys, show the fans what it's all about. And Strachan's like, Tommy, I don't think we can really do that. Security are on the phone. He's like, how no? Cup at the win. What cup? Show the fans, that's what it's all about. But he never forgot it, do you know what I mean?
Brilliant. Good way to end this. I can just.
I tell you what, your putting's been good.
I'm really happy with that.
Your
aye.
putting's been good.
Yes! Mate,
Apologies,
it's
mate.
been a pleasure. No, the
Apologies,
chat
mate.
has
I
been
was,
unbelievable.
Apologies, I wasn't at my best today.
Listen, I wasn't great either. Golf was, the chat was tremendous. So, what does that put you? Put you second in the leaderboard.
We went to.
Second in the leaderboard. He's second. That's all you need to know, right?
Second
Don't you know how many are on it? Listen, mate, thanks for that day. Brilliant.
No worries, mate. Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Thanks for watching.